Welcome, boys, back to the disco. Uh-oh. There's no continue button. Should there be a continue button? There should be. I don't know. Right, we just talked to her. We had some other shit to ask. Before we talk to her again, I think. But let us just ask around a little bit. Joyce in front of the links changing. Some percent to her advice to hear it, or perhaps you want us favors, you could waive off formality. Whatever case, you need to know what that. The jam mystery. Oh yes, the jam. We'll return later. What was the red check she had?
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
No, those are white ones. Conceptualize. Spirit the corpse. What is? Think of something close to us? Let's try it. Actually, no, let's make sure we have items on. That gives us the most corpse as possible. Fucking... What are you called? Electrochemistry, fucking assing. God damn, I say. No. This was gonna tank it.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
17, go! Yeah. Remains a mystery what you mean by this something close. This isn't about you, it's about reality. What is? Reach for something fundamental. Oh well. Strange coldness comes over you as you look at the world. The waves sloop slowly, that's all. Alright, thank you. Well, we are not good in the old money sack. God damn, I have to say. Put an extra point in perception. Maybe we can see more shit now. I really need the skill so we can slap some in the old logic or volition or the other stuff we wanted to ask into as well. Or get another brain think maybe. Yeah, probably brain think. We need to think about this shit. Yeah, I don't think this thing is useful at all. Learning how for perception raised to 5. It was already 5. Actually, is it 6 now because of that? It might be 6 now because of that. No bonus in forts. Maybe it doesn't show the cap bonus in forts. No, it doesn't. Okay. Hobocop. I don't have Hobocop. Hey, up here, Piggo. Can I actually speak to you from here? What? I can.
The streets will flow red once more. A great torrent rushing down Rue d'Esperance. You wait and see.
Cindy the Skull. I mean, you could also be Cindy the hip bone or clavicle, I guess. Maybe she's a lady with a gun. There was a girl that was scary that bought a thing. And he didn't mention it was a kid, so I don't think it was Kuno-S. When see the girl stares at the sailboat at the pier.
The streets will not flow red with anything. Who are you?
Yeah.
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth? Blood type? The last time I was tested for Hep C?
It would be pleasant. Just need to know your name, little lady. No need to get defensive, goddamn.
And here I was, trying to be polite. Just can't win with you pigs.
Despite the sash, she puts the brush aside. Oh, she's painting. Keep looking off to the side. What are you looking at? You turns her head to face the coast and nods disdainfully towards Joyce, performing maintenance on her boat. Hatred, disgust. It's difficult to tell which of the two things is more present in the girlish features. The woman on the boat does not notice her staring. She hisses, that ozone whore. Someone's got to keep an eye on her. You mean Joyce? On a first name basis with her, are you? Pig is moving up in the world. What's ozone? It's where they grow whores like her. They're whore men. Why so negative, Skull? Have you got a crush on her? Aching for an opportunity to defend her honor. Oh, spelled correctly, I see that. What are you doing with the wall? Can't you tell I'm painting a beautiful mural? The airy graffiti visible from low orbit? Lady writes, Roman go the house. He studies the wall, suddenly pensive. I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words. So you don't know what to write. You ever tried to hand a graffito? When faced with a blank wall, most people write unimaginative stuff like pigs go home or Mona was here. Pigs go to the house. Rarely see pigs around here though, just the union cards. And my name's not Mona, so why are you so committed to defacing that building? This place is severely lacking in havoc. Not even the occasional trash can fire to break up the tedium. I thought I'd mix it up, you know, summon the forces of crime and social chaos with a wall-sized invitation. Have an opinion. I have an opinion on this. Want to hear it? Yeah? Actually, don't have an opinion. I lied. Damn. We could interact with it before, but we might have a better chance. I don't know. I'm gonna have to stop you. This is hooliganism. Let's be realistic. What are you going to do? Climb up there? You heard your partner, Piggy. I'm unstoppable. Do you know anything about the recent murder? Twinkles her nose. I ain't no snitch. Pig Stein. Yeah, I feel strongly indifferent. Go forth and forage someone else's shit. No shortage of squealers in these parts. Actually, there's a shortage of people who talk to us in a normal, calm, informative manner. We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucko. Alright, goodbye. Watch your back. Undulate. You've got eyes on you. Nonsense. We got Kim behind us. What else could we ask? Map? Yeah, it seems like it has up asked again. Also see a new yellow over here. Oh, so I could go through there. That would have been nice to know. Nope. Went out of bounds. Eight. Ugh. Ass. Sorry. Alright. It looks like it's where the red ass came from. Balcony view in the yard and the hanging. Smoker up there could be a witness. Talk to him. I can't get up there though. Mate. Oh, I can actually interact with him. It would be very nice if when you mouse over things you can interact with, the interaction spot would highlight on the ground. Good man, Crow. See a young man on the balcony nursing a cigarette. His eyes have been following you for a while.
Not looking for any trouble, officer.
He says in a quiet voice, despite the cold, his shirt hangs unbuttoned on his frame. No trouble for me. I just want to know what's going on.
I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie, if that's okay. I just want to finish my cigarette.
What? A gendarmerie? Don't let him go. This could be your witness. The balcony has a great view of the thing. Actually, the gendarmerie really needs to talk to you.
Is it really that important?
He asked you adjusting his shit? Yes. Like a nervous cat, he keeps stealing looks at the neighboring windows.
Alright, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run.
Look like you got a good view of the whirling backyard. Can you tell me what anything about the hanging? You can go so far as to say that the view is a little too good, my dear Gundame. Do you have any estimate of when the body will be taken away? We will remove the body as soon as possible. Now tell us, where were you last Sunday? Oh, he waves lazily with his cigarette. You already asked me that, didn't you? Pretty sure I didn't. No, not you, just as idly some more muscular type. The lieutenant takes out his little blue notebook and writes something down. When did you speak to this more muscular gentleman? Last week, I don't know. He looks around the courtyard again. Snow blankets, the old patios, chairs and dead house plants. And all the neighbors' windows are black. You didn't answer the question. Where were you last Sunday? He sighs. I had a friend over. What kind of friend? It was my Sunday friend. Oh, that kind. I see. A Sunday friend? How intriguing. God damn it, electrochemistry. What's your friend's real name? Did he see something? It's drugs, isn't it? He doesn't reply, gesturing no with his cigarette. Under the dull, darkening sky, the neighboring window stands silent. What's your name? My name? My name is Martin Martinez. Martin Martinez? Good local name. Let's go with that. Failure. Damn it, rhetoric. Alright, we'll talk later. No, we won't. He takes one last out of his cigarette before stubbing it out on the snowy balcony with a dying hiss. I fucking... John Mustard. Damn it, I need my suggestion code on. Now, if you excuse me, I'll ask. Convince him to stay. Time to bring out your secret charm. Tears and begging. Show him how your emotional side. Throw yourself before his very feet like a dog. God damn it. Fuck John Mustard. Ah. I see we're having a breakdown. Please don't go. I'll stop drinking. I'll take the trash out. Just please don't leave me. Trash? The young man shakes his head in confusion. Please don't go. I'll even stop smoking inside. Listen, I really have to go. With a flick of his wrist, he sends the extinguished cigarette sailing over the rail. Now, good luck with the investigation. Yeah. He walks away. There's a dick on the thing. Continue. He's gone. Lieutenant puts away his notebook. We should run after him, see where he went. No point in running. Tenement like these often have multiple exits. If he doesn't want to talk to us, he'll know how to hide himself. So we just give up. He could be a witness, him or his Sunday friend. Either way, we need to look into that muscular type who's asking about our case. There has to be a way of getting inside the building. Once we found our way in, we can ask for his apartment. Alright, let's do that, mate. I'm the asker of these sorts of things. What was this again? This is the thing that is locked. Click. Oh, you do. Oh, I seen the thing. What's this? Stone, like any other, lying on the in a hall of sleet and mud. There may be something under it. Turn it over. Key to apartment building. There's a key beneath it, rusty from the dirt. This must be for the front door. Pity it doesn't have the apartment number on it. This building has hundreds of apartments. How are we going to find the right one? Or just have to go in and see. I like him.
We should think about calling it today, maybe. The nights are still miserably cold this time of year.
Haven't paid the cafeteria manager for damages yet. Should take care of that then, and have the money. Let's talk to him anyway. An officer of the Elysium shouldn't be sleeping out in the streets. We'll figure something out. Anything timed going on? Bucket. In we go. No, the look is still firmly asked on our face. Box full of cleaning chemicals and smell of laundry detergent. Logic, less authority. Auditor sunglasses. Oh boy. What we're wearing right now. Visual calculus, less drama. Fucking logic. Kitty, what is it? How can I help you? Come here. She flees as I try to pick her up. Just a minute, kitty. Ace shoes that I have noticed with my yellow oogly. Somebody's drawn a 5-pointed star on the wall. Satan? I see feet. Maybe I can remove them. Defeat this man. Boogie Street thingy. What? Ugh. Lord Zimoni. Hey lady, I'm just looking around. Foreclosed by the mayonnaise resale? So much stuff to do. Balcony, this is where the boy was, wasn't it? No empties around here, this makes me say ass. Good thing we got this lost and found bag. Kitty, what's the meaning? Ruination has come. The broken arches betray the once grand history of this building. It towered over the harbour until it happened. For all my guess, what happened? Kitty, come here. You flop down there, but could you come up here? If you're in my lap, I can pat you. I can't reach you there. Heavy artillery shelled the coastline from fire from the water. Straight shot into Rashol. Tenement acted as a defensive wall against the worst of the shelling until it was destroyed, and they had a direct firing line taking the ocean. Oasis a mayonnaise inlet rolled over the fallen remains of the building. The dark waters obscure the better part of the remains. Ugal ruins. Support. Those arches acted as support for something greater than what you see now. Is this the thing we were oogling from the thing before? Only 3 stories stand where 9 and 12 once did. Restoration has failed. What the shelling took out was never rebuilt. Shivers, goddammit. Underwater iron helmets have sunk deep into the sand and mud. Helmets of soldiers, of the finger bones too, and clavicles littering the ocean floor. Who did this, the damage? A fleet combined army of the Occident and Garad, with Mesk volunteers, a 5-nation army, hundreds of vessels. They massed airships further down. In the Bay of Ribashniniol, artillery was so powerful, the ships not only required gyroscopic stabilization, but were anchored into the ocean floor as well. Many are still there to this day. If you squint, you'd barely see the shadows of the water. Far in the northeast, cannons are still ready to placate Ribashiol. Hey Kim, do you know who shelled our city? The Coalition, says the lieutenant. But that was a long time ago. I think that we should move on. It's chilly up here. Oh yeah, me empties. Oh, there she is. Hello, skull woman. I walk nowhere.
Ooh, the piggies have learned how to saunter up staircases. I didn't think you could do that with hooves, but here you are.
Yeah, we've evolved. Yeah, we've evolved, goddamn.
Yeah, I can see that. Cool mutations.
Kitty, that smell coming from her paint bucket is not paint, it's heavy, heavy fuel oil. Kid, what the fuck? What? What do you want? You have both food, you have tap. Are you just being Nando's? Caught ya. I pick you up, I pat you. There you go. Is that heavy fuel oil? Studies the content of the Cindy's bucket. Red dyed heavy fuel oil intended for exclusive use in government vehicles, to be precise. What did you think I was using? Aquarels? Suck it out of the cop's fuel tank myself back in Jamrock. Fumes are bad for you, okay? Yeah. It seems like not so great a thing to paint buildings with. Better hand it over. Or what? You'll push me off the ledge? And pry the bucket from my dead hands? Right, I guess we didn't get it then. No. Kitty, fuck's sake. Cut and shift a little, someone's watching you from within. Up here, I'm here with you. Kitty, for fuck's sake. Boys, what is the meaning? There you go, in your bed. Oh. Above tops flap in the wind, forgotten hammers and nail ass. Hmm? Lock looks rusty, you can't get in. Chair's new, someone lives back there. Huh. No interaction, even if I put the thingy in my hand? No? Mm. Fucking Red Skull house. God damn. The ass around. Someone's been sleeping here recently. 500 tiny feet going beneath the grate. The rats at the city. Oh boy, some electrochemistry pants. These might be better than the ones we're assing, alright. Your accent speed goes down, our sneaky goes up. God damn it. So much electrochemistry trousers every goddamn time. Enough coal to last for several winters. Smells of chemicals. Chemicals, more like. Mate. Bling bling sucker. Not much in here other than that, I guess. Fuck's sake, Godfrey Ho. What a creature. Do you live in the thing?
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Is the bed in the cold room yours? Oh, not only have you found my address, but you discovered my biggest secrets. I'm a coal miner. She does have the eyes that seem to be smeared with coal. Really, you're a miner? Yes, but I keep hoping a shaft will collapse on me, but somehow it never happens. Don't you have a real home? Does anyone in this city like this? She replies wistfully, looking around. Oh, I'll brain you. Not nicest place, but I guess it'll have to do. It doesn't have to do anything at all. Nothing does. She looks right at the paint dripping down the wall. Like me right now. I'm doing nothing at all, alright. I keep saying up here, even though we are very up there already. Oh, good man. We finished that yesterday. Oogle through a wall, I guess. Hey, thing. 16 days in coldest April. Can oogle. Loading screen asked said a lot of time asked what this. Shift in temperature, air chills around you, dust settles on the stony floor, rub sides for warmth. A former architect stands before a slice of window. A room plans in her head. A cold wave has made the air in the building stand still and frozen. The temperatures are falling to Below minus ass. The plan? Faint pencil lines on the paper depict the same place, but a missing eastern wall connects the room with the neighboring apartment. Idea for remaining furnitures. Have been jotted down. Her face is red from the cold. She's breathing. Her fingers are clasping the plan. Traces of sadness visible in the expression. Look around herself. It's clean and empty with a new tapestry embellishing the walls. Standard hub graphite pencil has fallen off a three-legged stool in the middle of the room. I had to think. Depends if you have heretic. Then you fight other men as well. Was it empathy that... Was it empathy we used on the guy on the thing and it didn't work, so we had a breakdown? Well, then you fight the other men as well. Oh yes, suggestion. Why did that make us cry? Maybe he out-suggestinated us. High-level suggestion makes you affable to everyone and more resistant to their charms. In turn, but will also make smooching and oozing charm will make you slimy. And you'll know it, even if no one else does. With low levels of suggestion, though, you'll have difficulty getting any kind of rapport with others. You'll be alone, both during the day and night. Oh. Ooh, out the window. Waves crashing in the darkness. What's this then? Someone has torn down the wall. Oh, score. All grocery list on table. And checks. Just this? Money and a health thingy. Alright. Oh, I see. Oh yeah, of course we were. I'm smart. Firing scored for the rich. That seems like a fantastic way of doing things.
Give me a moment.
Elderly woman is leaning on her broom, her knuckles white as bones. She seems to be having difficulty breathing.
The cold never does any good for my bronchitis.
The voice volume is really all over the place. A lot of the sound is in this. You're right, should I have a doctor?
I'm fine, fine. Don't you worry about me.
Bed spots appears on her cheeks.
Now, what you want from me, policeman?
Who are you? I'm no one, just an old woman who cleans these hallways. Do you live here? As we call it, living. She spits on the floor before wiping it off with a broom. I have a little room upstairs right next to the coal room. Oh, she's the one living in the grate. It's no bigger than a closet, but I don't complain. No, she juts out her chin, eyes shining. I have my bed and aching bones to keep me warm, keep me company, and that's all I need from this world. All right. And also gets to the coastal wind beats down hard on the cold room door. Outside splashes of waves make the balcony slippery. I'm looking for Martin Mayonnaise. It's probably a pseudonym. Find plenty of Martins here, don't you worry. What do you mean I wasn't joking? P-Brain, somebody played a trick on you. Martin Martinez is a name for anyone from the Martinez, like Jim Jamrock or Raul Braviloci. Oops, you didn't get the joke there. I thought it was obvious. He stops before offending you. He offends you. Anyway, officer, we don't have the witness's name. How about a young male in his mid-thingies, mid-20s, dark hair, skinny build, smoker, lives on the balcony. Know where he lives? Yes, I do know who you mean. It's corny, but he's always smoking like the devil, right? He looks he lives at the other end of the hallway. Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying. You hear radio turned tuned to a talk show and someone taking a shower. Thanks, Perception. John Q. Pub, yes. What's he in trouble for? Nothing, I just wanted to talk to him. Do you know where he lives? Talk. The cleaning lady starts laughing, but turns into a violent coughing spasm. She squeezes her broom, trying to catch her breath. He lives upstairs in room 28. Didn't he say he lived alone down the wall? Oh no, she just looked down the hallway. Oh, I see. He's upstairs from room 28. Go to the balcony. It's to one of those doors there. She points east. Usually he's home in the evening. Thank you, he turns to you. We should go check on his apartment at the balcony, see if he's home. Have a few questions about these apartments. Do you know who lives in the foreclosed apartment? The hell am I supposed to know? I'm cleaning. Cleaning lady shrugs, her mouth puckered like a dried fig. Another nut job, I presume. Why is there a hole in the wall in the abandoned apartment? Some lunatic lost his mind. All kinds of morons pass through these holes. Tell me about Cindy. Who is Cindy again? Oh, lady out there, yeah. The artist? Oh no, Skull Cindy, yeah. I was thinking about Joyce, the artist. He's got nothing I can do about her, I'm afraid. She ruins the walls faster than I can clean them, still. Leans on her broom. She leaves an old lady to her business. What I can say for others. Tie them. Mumble some kind of response. Okay, the end. What a lady. Mailbox overflowing. Locked. I see legs in there. So I'm walking around the side, now rearranging the furniture. Number in the panel says 10. Let's not bother whoever the fuck's in there. Oh. Isn't just a 5-pointed star, it's an inverted white pentagram cradled in a wreath of antlers. The iconography of communism, in other words. Inspect symbol closer. The star and antlers developed in the 6th decade of the last century and quickly adopted by the Mazov and the Communards during the revolution. Even today, half a century after, star and antlers retain the ability to work hope, disappointment, and fear in equal measures. Yeah, 28. What's the star upside down? It symbolizes the toppling of the old order. What's the deal with the antlers? Wreath of antlers represent a natural crown. It was about building a society that could exist in accord with a natural world. And at the same time above it, why white? Because white is the color of peace. What does it evoke in me? Finished thought. Nothing at all yet. Right now it's just meaningless shapes on the wall. Oh, excuse me, brain. Goddamn. I need more fort holes. Been locked with a padlock. A chalked one number on the board says thing. Examine padlock. Solid number metal, but the shackle is deeply corroded. A solid pair of chain cutters would make short work of it. Better whip out those cutters. You won't get very far otherwise. Tool not in hand. Well, I don't know why I would do that. We don't know who's in there. Are we robbing things? I don't know if we're robbing. We aren't a fiend. Oh. Old shoe rack, boots, sneakers and thingies. Shoe come in 3 different sizes. Someone with 3 kinds of feet. And still haven't found any bottle for a while. Apartment 12, loud rumbling snore comes from within. Toilet pills. Commodio red. Moss crawls on the bathroom tiles. Actual moss. Really? With no light? Shower curtains covered in some sort of slime. Money. Gonna make the money in no time, Kim. Goddamn. A rich mate, they call me. Balcony. Toilet pistol, what's the meaning? You hear distant traffic, night falling into the sky. Maroon glow of light pollution rises from the east. Breaker box is full of cigarette butts and electric. What a bastard. Littering. What a twat. Kim, what do you think about this? What does that mean? That I can't open it because I don't... Does it turn blue now? It does. I don't even know what that is. Yeah, what a dick. Just a door, nothing for you here right now. Someone's going rosemary thyme and a cactus. And it's actually growing. Door apartment 29. Complete silence. Whoever lives here isn't home. 30. Voice from within singing along with some buoyant dance track. Kitty snores. Right, dynamic entry. Maybe. We haven't met any insects, so I don't think there's much point. 28 doors made of metal appears to be reinforced. Someone here really values their security. The window doesn't look like it. The number 28, this is where the cleaning lady sent the smoker with the balcony. Maybe it's one of those where the 8 is upside down, so it's not actually 28. See if anyone's home. Knock on the door. Knock, knock. No one answers. Looks like the young man we're looking for isn't home. I think our best chance would catch him in the evening. Looks around, taking the cold spring air. Maybe we'll wait for tomorrow after we finished our day's work. How about 20 hours? What do you mean? The smoke on the balcony is why we're here, right? Might know something about the murder tomorrow, thingy. It's a little worried about our memory. Sounds good. Tomorrow thing. Okay, good apartment. Writes it down. Notebook. Let's go. Turns out it's quite tricky finding someone in a big apartment building. Don't worry, we'll get him. Remember tomorrow, he's probably gone for the day. Okay. Knock. Right. Remoulade in a jar, goddamn. Well, I got up here then. Goddamn. Yeah, fuck benches. Need to press the benches. Compact the shit out of them. There's some ass in there. I don't know why he's lit from below. Let's have a knock. Knock, knock. Walking stops abruptly, but no one comes to the door. You can feel tension on the other side. Sound like a woman's shoes. Knock, knock. Next one, who is this? He demands a female voice. Very intense. Please open up. Do I have to open the door? You hear the clacking of heels again. As the other side walks right up to the door. Her tone is now getting defensive edge. Do you have do you have a warrant? I'm not obliged to open the door if you don't have a warrant. Let's go, the lieutenant says. I have no reason to go inside the apartment. Well, yeah. I wonder if we ditch Kim, we can just go and then be Robert. Weird. We're not that kind of guy. Hello, Alcobot. Not a lot of mates out. Yeah, there's a thing there. Something down there. Musty smell of potato cellar in the spring emanates from the vent. Potato vodka? Nah. Not yet. Did you see the car ass by here?
I can't believe it's snowing. It felt like
Yes.
springtime. Just
Still
a few
late and you're
days
still here? I'm an idol, what can I say? She flashes a smile. Odd. He seems to be watching something. This guy's not at his thing. Yeah, maybe we can oogle this some more. We had a check here. Encyclopedia. Darn it. Maybe this ass knows something. A small wrinkled woman does not greet you. She nods along to something on her radio. A photograph is clutched in her hands and a warm smile on her face. It's the warmth of the winter night fire. Maybe you could give maybe she could give you comfort or shelter. Maybe some cigarettes or some food. Maybe she's your grandma. Excuse me, I'd like to ask you some questions. No response. Alright. Let's not be a dick. Fucking chemicals. Racist guy out? Is he in there? He's probably in here. Knock knock. Good window. Back seat. That's where he's wobbling. Back seat? No. Boy man? Is he there? Don't think he is. It's a very weird noise. This thing's still open? Oh yeah, bottle turninery. Drugs raise learning caps. How long? Oh yeah. No. God damn it, electrochemistry. Do you know anything?
Is this about the questions again? Because I don't really know anything.
Ow. Wait, hold on. Maynard is in the middle. There's a guy up there. Measure. Oh, is that? Right. We will be having a fine conversation here with a box. Your
body betrays your degeneracy.
What?
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
What? My body's unimportant. I'm with the police business with you.
That is precisely the negligence that has led you to succumb to Al Ghul.
Al Ghul? Al Ghul?
You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick.
Al Ghul? Oh, alcohol. Is it that bad, Kim?
It's not good.
Oh. It's easy. It's like a rat crawled into your stomach, got drunk and drowned. Wait, Al Ghul?
Yes, Al Ghul.
What is Al Ghul? I did vomit twice, yeah.
Al Ghul is an ancient Ilmaran poison, a parasitic fungus that has colonized your race. It is a trick the desert pygmies played on you for humiliating them and stripping them of their land.
I believe we're going to be having a very nice conversation with this guy. You mean alcohol?
Correct, my small skull servant.
I don't have a problem with Al Ghul, just drink a little on the weekends.
Your mouth moves, but the one who speaks is Al Ghul. You are but a vessel for the Ghul now. Very little of yourself remains.
Right.
Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the ham sandwich race is waning.
What? Man certainly is a guy. Electrochemistry, what do you have to say about this? I'm the police. God damn it. Comply.
Jerking motion. Signs of a late-stage neurodegenerative disorder. How far the Occidental Haplogroup has fallen. You were once a noble and powerful race.
And alright, Krilla Kurumbi, long time no ass. This guy has a lot of voice lines.
You gave the world eugenics, electricity, and powerful weapons of war like missiles and aerostatic aircraft. You made great gains in metallurgy, race theory, and statecraft.
Race theory and eugenics, oh boy.
You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed Khoikos. But now your ascent to the genetic summit has halted. You are obsessed with sadness and with frivolous pop culture. You will be superseded. Isn't that right, babe?
It is, baby, yeah. You know it.
Fucking hell. The situation is serious. Your people have probably killed a man.
Enough with this begging. You should leave the stage of history with dignity by inviting the other races to a great world war.
What?
Bring your troops to the Simonine Islands and to Boogie Street, and we will pulverize you. When you are gone, we will build a museum for you.
Alright.
The walls will be lined with bottles of Al Ghul, your beloved beverage. Inside, we will store the odes to homosexuality you call art, and your microcephalic skulls.
Are we gonna subscribe to his advanced race theory? That sounds like agreeing with him. Yeah. What are those tattoos of yours supposed to mean? Racists are generally not very good example of their race. He gestures towards the lorryman down the street. Welcome to a Revershul. You hear him yell at a redhead woman visiting the frit nearby. Yeah. I guess. I'm not like them. I am craniometric perfection. I've taken the trouble to permanently draw a pheroronic grid on my skull. This should dispel any doubt. Oh, I see. Drawings and a precise look and look true to their pseudo-scientific ambitions. One thing, however, is not entirely free of throwbacks to the Paleogenic 3. His large jaw, for example, would be a trait indicative of criminalism, and his earlobes could be smaller. Yeah. Yeah, your jaw is a thing. That ass with stigmata makes pussy say yes plenty. What? Babe, thanks. The tattoos on his stone face briefly form a smile, but I got this. No tattoos. Your earlobes are too big. The size of an earlobe is not a real craniolomic criteria. Everyone knows this. Earlobes are flawless. Yin luck. Yes, the man felt silence, his face motionless. Are you sure I'm not craniologically superior to you? Well, he talks in all caps, that means he's honest. Even if an idiot. You exhibit full projection of the jaw, indicative of schizophrenia and sexual inaccountability. From a purely aesthetic standpoint, the dimple on your jaw makes you look like a baby. This is not craniometry, just an observation. What else? It is impossible to see any more of your bone structure. It is covered by the ravages of Al Ghul. From what remains of your features, I can see fleshy lips, baldness of the head, and long arms relative to lower limbs. This leads me to conclude you are not a police officer, you are a common criminal, an offspring of murderers and sailors from Sir Lacaleaf and Vespin, possibly the degenerate sheep herders of Ubi. Interesting, so any of my ancestors was Sir Lacaleaf and the other Vespers? Your racial heritage is uninteresting. It is the same as all revolutions. Your parents and their parents made the decision to reproduce while under influence of Al Ghul. It's not the only reason you are here. That is the only reason you are here. Damn it, electrochemistry. He's right. It's almost impossible to get it on unless you're both drunk. Makes it scary. It's too scary to see other people's sober. Yeah, Leo told us. Isn't Overwrought your union bus white? Don't be vulgar, white or not. Has little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that. He turns his eye towards the harbour, seemingly bored with you. Yeah, but you serve him. How does that factor into your life? Mr. Clare's a man of vision and means. He has the will to confront international capital, something your race, nativistic communists, never did. Also, to serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to your race failure. It is lax and moronic. I'm no communist. Of course you are, revolution man. The failure of communism to change the world order is the core of your race fate. All around you, the fruits of defeat, individualism, rock and roll music, sexually transmitted disease. Above all, rampant multinational finance still reigning large. Tell me, where have you gotten your love of pathetic communism from? He leans closer. Degenerate youth culture, rock and roll music. I just said I wasn't communist. I said I'm not a communist. I don't know who I am, but that's a thing I know. Stop explaining yourself. No one cares about your beliefs. The conversation has moved on. Tell me what degenerate subculture has made you dress this shameful way. Youth culture does not affect my thinking. Of course it does. You are a degenerate individualist and a rock and roll rebel, a pawn of international violence, just like the rest of your ham-colored race. God damn it. He looks like a disco. I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victories of the sea. God damn it. A communist is someone who takes an ass to work instead of a car. Okay, I'll ask, who are the Seminese? The South Island race, Hapola Group A4A. We are the rightful masters of the Insulation Archipelago. Descends from the archipelagists of the ancient Perniscians and arrived here 4,000 years ago, millennia before you. We are the future, that is all you need to know. So you were born and raised on the islands before you moved to Revolutional. I am a descendant. The narrow streets of Olbernede are with me in my genetic dreams. I see young Siamese women walk into a grey mass and the idol the phantoms waiting on an immaculate conception from the pale. What? So he did not come from the islands. No, he cranes his head. I have heard about it on the radio. You're not really Seminese, you're just from Rurakiol. I am from Crouton. He changes tactics. And no, that's not just in Rurakiol. The city is central to the Seminese strategy. Spreading through its trade networks and culture will dominate the world. You've heard enough about our phylogenetic secrets for today. You have extinction to come to terms with. Think upon it. Kim, what do you think about this? I think this racist is better than the last, but the next racist will be the really good one. How do you know what there'll be next racist? Well, there always is. Yeah. Racist reality, he nods approvingly. You know anything about this mug? Here's the fucking mug again. He's not so much as glance at the object. Put this in the trash lately? Stop showing me your pathetic cup, I have no interest in it. Oh well. Fucking race theory. What a dump ass. Well, I guess we're gonna go talk to the guy since a lot of the other asses aren't out, it seems. Let's just check our brain. Smoke on the balcony, that's tomorrow. After thingy to see if anyone's home. Well, it is technically now, isn't it? Maybe check the see if we can have another oogle on the things here now that is he still out? No. No, ain't shit going on here. I've ditched Kim. Oh no, Kim. Oh, he is. Right, let's go in and see. Maybe try and get rid of the expression. Just fucking perpetual grin on our face. This portrait really is not flattering. Hey, lots of people here. Anything new anywhere? Hey, the guy has a bottle in his actual hand. Can I snatch it out of his hand like a fucking deviant? Yoink. Fucking pluck the empties directly out of man's goddamn hand. Get super deviant. Let's go see if we get bin the expression before we talk to this guy. Probably not allowed to ask. Also, a guy wanted to sing karaoke. Hey Pond, we just been taught about race. Apparently we are cranially oh, it's not green. Can no longer ass in, I see. Maybe there's someone here now. Haven't tried to... Knock knock. The shower being turned on, somewhere inside. Oh, you're so lonely. Stupid emotion. Fucking electrochemistry. Alright, let's see if we can ask here.
Can I help you?
About the money IMO, yes. Yes, have you got it? I was wondering if we can come to some sort of arrangement for tonight. How much do I owe you? Can we come to some sort of arrangement? Does the arrangement include you paying me what we already agreed you owe me? What do you think, man? Pay back tomorrow? Freeze to death? This one seems dumb. Kim is about to say something. What do we do? I have a cookie while you decide. I think 2 is out the question though. Oh, cookie. Give me a second. Well, Kim's alright. Ah, cookie. Yeah, Kim seems like he's genuinely cared for us in a few episodes, despite all the shit we've done. I don't know if that's particularly because we've been trying to redeem ourselves, but yeah. Need Jessica glasses. I understand your predicament as the manager, however, I must remind you that we are here to conduct an important investigation. You also affect your business. Forgive me for saying this, but your colleague seems more committed to drinking, and he stops mid-sentence. I mean, no offense, it's not personal, but I do have to protect the interest of my establishment. This conversation is going anywhere, is it? Not until you bring me the money. Okay. I might have something. He turns to you with a heavy sigh. Might have something in a motor carriage we can use when you're done here. I really didn't want to resort to this, the man is thinking. Yeah, but Kim's been nice to us even before he learned about our past bullshit. Okay. Thing at the whirling? Oh, we don't know anything. Okay. Thanks, Kim. Yeah, and Kim, he even sort of admitted to that we were being put together because there was some sort of pissing contest. I know I'm kind of playing our guy like a sad sack, but it's sort of like, I feel kind of bad about the stupid stuff he's done, so I kind of want to try and redeem him somehow. by not being a shitter, apologizing to the people we've asked. Have something here we could sell in the back, in the suspect transport enclosure. Transport enclosure, regular people just call it the cage. Kim, what are we looking at? What is this machine? We haven't talked to him about this before. Is this the Coprolist Kinema, a motor carriage, toolbox and radio if you like? Not a cabin. Motor carriage, something bad, a motor carriage. A dark lump rises in your throat. Yeah, we had an X, I think. I don't know what the fuck. Maybe we did a Sly Boots. What's this sickly feeling I have with the word motor carriage? Nothing, it's nothing, probably nothing. Forget I brought it up. Please proceed with the carefree lollygagging. God damn it, Inland Empire. This must be the thing that woke me up when I arrived in the mayonnaise, the infernal noise. Yeah, sorry. That the Cooper Cinema does have a rather distinct engine noise. He says it with very badly concealed pride. Oh, are you a car silly man? Are you a car silly man, Kim? Can we turn on and drive somewhere? No, I'm afraid not. He straightens his spine. We have a murder case on our hands, remember? Do all the policemen in the RCM have such cool motor carriages? The Copra's Motor Corp also provides most of our patrol vehicles, yes. But this is different. This is a sports model. Might have been wrong, but this is a sports model, right? You're right. A vainglorious smile spreads on his face, and he pats the machine. I didn't take you for a motorcar enthusiast. You like the tip-top, detective. What's the tip-top? An intersolary racing series. You should definitely give it a go if you like motor carriages. It has fantastic competition. Oh, we're getting into getting to know him. Nice. Hold on. Sorry, neurochemistry time. Look around the cabin again. I'm kind of wondering what the thing was here. Pick up the radio again. Oh, Jesus Christ, that's so loud. Ignore the button labeled save. As always, it's DJ's Mesh and Flaccido, and you're listening to Speed Freaks FM, bringing you the hottest and nastiest and most vulgar. A flock of seagulls takes off nearby, startled lightning roaring. God damn. I think this is sort of what the thing talked about. If we get too much perception, we start taking in everything. Right away, the lieutenant reaches the radio and turns off the moves into the cabin, turns off the radio. He's not looking at you as he says. Someone must have been messing with the radio. Maybe it picked some random frequency. You wanted the prime line, right? Speed Freaks FM, huh? Look him in the eye. Oh, that's what it was called. He's trying to act surprised. Go for it. Turn the radio back on while it's still Speed Freaks thing. Pick up the radio again. Speed, souped up motor carriage for one bad moments, boy. For the heavy of the foot and freaky and... God damn it. The lieutenant moves quick as the Viper switches the radio off and sets it on prime line. Then he turns to you. Look, it helps me stay calm on long nights, okay? It's a method. I'm not some kind of speed freak. Or he shakes his head, furiously staring at his feet. Aww. What about heavier foot? You would be too if you had this motor carriage. He snaps half seriously. But seriously, let's quit joking around, alright? We have a case to investigate. Turns back to cabin. Oh, I'm sorry. What a man. Suspect transport thingy. The cage on the back of the motor carriage looks rather uncomfortable. 4 shiny hubcaps are stacked against the seat. The silver edges sparkle in the dark. We confiscated these for a little while back. We can take them to the pawn shop by the mayonnaise canal. What are those things? They're spinner hubcaps, frivolous thing you put on your wheels. When the wheels come to a stop, he makes a spinning motion with his hand. The caps keep on spinning. There's no real use for them, it's just for vanity or fancy. Honestly, it sounds like an amazing physics demonstration. What do you mean confiscated them? A couple of weeks ago I stopped a young man for going slower than the speed of traffic. Turns out he was the one in some coalition official's son and high. So he took the spinner? He nods. I took the man, arrested him for driving on the influence. Isn't that corruption? I don't know, is it? The lieutenant looks back, stone-faced. I was going to take them into evidence, but they weren't necessary for conviction. He never asked for them back. Oh, Kim. Fucking corruption. There's so much corruption with so many bullshit men here that do shady shit, and this guy, the most straight-laced man, just falls for shiny hubcaps because he wants them on his car. He's kind of adorable. Look at him. Chinless bastard. Do you want to put the spinners on your machine? No, that would be silly. He hesitates. I don't know why I kept them. It doesn't matter. Couldn't put them on the MC anyway. A cop with spinners, that would be outrageous. Outrageously cool. He flashes a smile barely visible in the dark. I'm sorry you have to sell these because of me. As I said, they're useless anyway. Should have remembered I have those earlier. But thank you. Aww. Do we take them? Do we not take them? Maybe, yeah. Well, we have options to go for other people for money, but they seem dodgy. Say something about a pawn shop. There's the bird's nest door near the canal. We've been there, if I'm not mistaken. We should be open late. Okay. Items can pawn in inventory and items. You can pawn the items from talking to Roy. Okay. Take him. And notice you should take the spinners. Tap on the free fuel heater things. We tap on the gates, indicate jerk startle. We have this thing as ready. Oh. Hey, we've been monitoring you internally, and now we know your copotype. Wait, what are copotypes? Yes, guess what? There are copotypes. Guess what yours? Cool cop, some kind of weapon cop. Sorry cop, I'm sure. I'm sorry, I'm not sure. I'm sorry you had to monitor me. Okay, just for the length of this short demonstration, please say something that isn't I'm sorry. Guess what it is? Sorry cop? I'm sorry, I'm not sure. Yes, sorry cop, that's cops who's the sorriest. Let's make it official then, shall we? Won't the other copper types be jealous? Sorry cop. Is it only really cool cop, weapon cop, and sorry cop? What are the other copper types? Oh, you know, Apocalypse Superstellar, the advanced, interesting cop, Liquid Shadow cop. But you're too sorry to say those things. Here we go. Would the other couple types be jealous? What? Jealous of the sorry cup? I think they'll be fine, don't worry. They'll be super fine. It'll be totally okay. You can dual couple type from sorry to anything. Oh, I see. Alright, KRI? Fucking they should be sorry. I've changed my mind. No, you don't. Come on. You see the... You'll be back to saying sorry in 2 minutes. Stop wasting time and begin the repentance. Yeah, I mean, we are trying to be penchant, man. Sorry, cop. Rigorous self-conceit. Of course you are. Let's see if you can get something out of it, like info, or maybe every time you say you're sorry, you'll get $1 million. That won't happen. Thank you, logic. Sorry, copper type. I'm thinking about an ass there. You want sorry piece of shit. A cop pension, a flagrant comp monk. Is not the right line of work for you. You should have been groveling at the feet of a feudal lord, providing lurid evidence against yourself. As a Masovian show trial, you're ripping the flesh from your back, a cat of nine tails. Whatever made you this way, you'll be damn sure it was your fault. Do it. Really criticize yourself. Who knows, you might uncover something important from your guilt-ridden past. I mean, maybe? What happens if we stop this thing? Sorry, cop takes a long time. Oh, damn, I need another unlockable. God, fucking damn it. Stupid brain. So I'm sorry, cop now. Oh, here we go. Boring cop, sorry cop. That's who we are. Apocalypse cop. Moralist. Ultra liberal. Oh, I see. Good cop, bad cop. I see. $200, goddamn. I'm sorry, Kim. I guess I am sorry, cop. But we are trying to redeem ourselves for being a complete fucking fiend. Yeah. What's that thing? Never mind. We could get the boombox, yeah, maybe I get that. We were gonna have a little spare money.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
Alright, sure. Want to ask you about my missing gun again? That's fine. Do you know anything about the traffic menace on those? Oh yeah. Traffic, I'm sorry officer, but I don't drive. Wait, you don't drive? I just don't like it very much. Movement on the road never really gelled well with the movement of my thoughts. But didn't you hear it when the traffic menace drove over your roof? It's Green Satan. Nah, no dungeon crawling. No, think about it. I do remember hearing a thunderous noise the other night. Some kind of powerful electric vortex hitting the shop and then moving on. Yes. That's your narrator down to a list of suspects. A vortex sounds fascinating. Yeah, it's pretty wild. Don't really know what to make of it, but I know it meant something. I have some stuff I'd like to sell. Settle these hubcaps. Lieutenant steps up and hands them to the spinner. Or takes the hubcaps from the lieutenant, expects them. Spinners appear iridescent and the dancing light of the pawn shop. No, he marvels at the cobalt shimmer and then nods. These are very, very good. Did you defraud some foreign prince for them? Jump a mesk banger. No matter, I'll give you 200 real. No one was defrauded or jumped, I assure you. The lieutenant explains that the pawnbroker opens the registers and counts the cash, of course. Mean no offense. 200 real for you, officer. Delightful doing business with you. Do come again. Thank you. He takes the cash, then turns to us. Oh, he gives us the ass. Do not waste it. The rest goes into his pocket. Good man, Kim. have a fascinating photo of a corpse here, so oh, I don't want to sell that. I'm gonna get the boombox, I think. That will still keep us where we need to be. And there you are, quality sound reproduction on the go. It'll play anything, whatever, turn any tape into a conversation. Okay. Very fine, we have more tools now. All the stuff takes place in the kind of dialogue thing. It's really, really fucking good. It's kind of ridiculous. Yeah, we fight ourselves quite a bit, brainially. And no saves coming. No karaoke, all booze. Hey, wheel lady's gone. Maybe she went somewhere to check out the wheel estate.
Can I help you?
Money? I have your money. Sorry, cop. It is, sorry for the trouble. Oh, 70 experience, damn. Great, thank you, officer. That's all I wanted. Payment for services rendered. If you continue to stay here, I ask you please pay your nightly bill in advance starting tomorrow. I'll unlock the electronic lock to your room. He taps his foot against the metal box installed in the back of the cat. All doors lock automatically at thingy. Okay, it's 21 real per night. Okay, we have that for tomorrow. He opens his wallet. I'll take a room here too. Of course. He takes the money and hands him a keyring. Always happy to have officers from the RCM as guests. Anything else I can do for you? No drinks. Well, we can skill now. I think I might unlock another fort. Simply because I want to get going on the sorry cop. Rigorous self-critique. Internalize. So I wonder if that works at night. Oh shit, no karaoke. Or do we? No, we don't. Fuck it. Yeah, we can talk to him about today. He gets a little thing above him when we need to talk to him. Sit on the balcony. Yeah, Kim's a good man. I'm assuming we talk to him when he checks in. This has been quite a day for our dude. Storage room. You redecorate it. Good night, Lieutenant.
Just a moment. You had some questions earlier, I believe. And besides, we should discuss our progress on the investigation. Let's go out to the balcony.
Alright then. Bag and flashlight cop. I hope to get rid of the expression sooner or later. Mm-hmm. The outside is brisk. The lieutenant is silent for a moment. He listens to the traffic hum, then...
Where shall we begin? We should talk about the investigation, first and foremost. But I also remember you wanting to discuss the RCM?
You smoke, how dare you? I didn't know you smoked. I have a cigarette every night when I go over my notes. It's something of a ritual. Fucking electrochemistry. Oh man, he looks so devastatingly cool with that cigarette. How did you get so cool, Kim? Right, the debrief. How do you think today went? Hmm? The fuck happened?
Yes?
Did just... What? Quick load. I think that just bugged out. All the way back here.
Just a moment. You had some questions earlier, I believe. And besides, we should discuss our progress on the investigation. Let's go out to the balcony.
Okay. Ta-da.
Where shall we begin? We should talk about the investigation, first and foremost. But I also remember you wanting to discuss the RCM?
Do we do the same stuff? How do you think today went? Huh? Does it automatically bin itself every time we do that? Maybe it's because we have some of this shit equipped and we have to sort of be standing in a certain way, but we can't because we have things in our arms. That seems like a bug though. That should be reportinated for sure. No, when I talk to him manually, we, well, it won't let us, it just takes the normal conversation.
You had some questions earlier, I
when,
and besides,
when I talk to him
discuss our progress
regularly.
On the investigation. Let's go out to the balcony. Where shall we begin? We should talk about the investigation, first and foremost. But I also remember you wanting to discuss the
Maybe.
RCM?
Didn't know you smoked. Alright then. Nope, it just ends it. I'm gonna try and ask him that first before the smoke thing.
Just a moment. You had some questions earlier, I believe. And besides, we should discuss our progress on the investigation. Let's go out to the balcony. Where shall we begin? We should talk
Can I
about
ask
the
him about it
investigation
directly here?
first and foremost. But I also remember you wanting to discuss...
No, it just ends it. Let me just Google this. Oh, that's unfortunate. Mm. I think I have to... No, what I think we might be talking to him too late, so something else starts happening when we ask it. Let me just Google. Mm. Well, we can try it. But it seems like he refuses to do the second option, which I think is the sort of important one.
Just a moment.
No, what I think is supposed to happen is they might have to reposition themselves and then talk about something, and it's not triggering properly. And I think it might be because we're doing it too late or something, that and the bug causes him to do something else because it's too late for him to do it, or it's outside the time frame where he would default to that. I don't know.
Where shall we begin? We should talk about the investigation first and foremost. But I also remember you wanting to discuss the RCM.
What are powers exactly, the RCM? Limited? The power officers of the system is exercised most frequently is imposing fines of up to 1,000 for offences in accordance with the schedule. Wouldn't that be an easy power to abuse? Yes, although indirectly, as citizens can always request records from the local station. Okay, what else? Can arrest people, of course, but rather than bringing someone in directly, it's preferable to serve a station call slip. It prevents confusion from overcrowding. Depending on what we figure out here, I'll report it after we're done. How do you know the arrestee will show up? You can't. Those who don't show up become fugitives, though, and have fewer legal rights when they eventually get caught. It's about power projection. Thus far, they seem to mostly show up, and if someone resists, as you may have gathered from the fact that we are expected to carry a record of our kills, like that one in your watermarks, we're permitted to use whatever force is necessary and strongly admonished not to abuse the power. What happens to the people we convict? We don't convict, we arrest them and send them to coalition government courts in Thingy and La Delta, and the prosecutors work off our testimonies. I guess that's why it's paramount to keep them. He taps the coat pocket where he keeps his note. So if I kill someone on duty, you have to supply compelling evidence for why it was necessary to use lethal force. In these cases, your partner is usually a witness. Not a good position to be in, by the way. Internal Affairs handles these cases thoroughly by cross-examining you for inconsistencies. It is hard to cover for anyone, which is the best. Who makes all these rules? The coalition government, and more broadly, the RCM was formed by the coalition government to restore order to the international zone of revolution. So we did. Now we attempt to maintain that order, no more, no less. His gaze absolutely fixed on the window below that just went dark, or perhaps it's better to say that we were allowed to form. It's a point of contention whether the citizens of Riverwall or the coalition government founded the RCM. Say nothing. Silence a great thing into such a conundrum. Demoralian, what is that? Demoralist International, the world's largest political organization. He pulls on the cigarette. You know who they are? They run this place after the revolution failed. If I didn't know, how would you describe them? Really don't know. That's how bad it is in here. Okay, the union of center-left and center-right parties across the real belt. Our coalition government is just one of the many projects. They run up to the ICP, EPPs, and intergovernment organization in the world. What do they believe in? What they believe in? The DeLoreans. They believe they continue the humanist project set forth by Her Innocence Dolores Day 4 centuries ago. Other than that, they're just technocrats. What's the symbol? Interesting question. It's a blue forget-me-not. Their motto is love, compassion, and self-discipline. We keep getting drawn to things that are cobalt blue. Maybe this is a clue. I think we can gauge what they want you to think of them from that. Something ominous. Thanks, Nigel. Damn it, electrochemistry. Something even a little feminine, but in a strict manner. Something like the dark blue, serious color of the early... Yeah, who's Dolores Day? Historic figure, the author of the modern age. He thinks, you will have to look elsewhere for opinions. The subject of humanism is too abstract for me. What do you think of them? The moral intern was a fact. I try not to have opinions on facts until they change. Looks at the city below. It doesn't look like that's about to happen. I have an opinion on the Molinarian. Do you? The lieutenant artist is brown and pulls on a cigarette. It's a slim white thing in his fingers. Oh, this is a long conversation and we'll probably bug it out with how today went again. Yeah, I don't have an opinion, forget about it. My kind of police officer, he nods, light smile, then looks at the roundabout. Shivers. The light of the orphan districts are reflected in the glasses. The red and golden orbs of the motorway sliding like pearls on a string from east to west. Rational communities commutes back to the suburbs. Tomorrow is Wednesday, tomorrow is Monday. Say nothing, look into the night. Dying light of city shimmer below, slowly like luminous clouds. Idea and soul, man. Yeah, fuck that guy. Electrochemistry. Slowly like luminous clouds. They pass on the lenses. Left hand looks at a slim cigarette, contemplating next rag. This soldier is the highlight of the day for me, he thinks. This little stick right here. Well, you didn't ask this from the beginning, right, Kale, right? So we have all these skills. These are stats. These are skills, right? These are all aspects of our personality. And those are the ones you see every now and then in the dialogues chipping in. They make us think and add their own bullshit to things. Like the Spirit the Corpse here. This is like a police thing. It allows us to sometimes know what Kim means by what he says and does, as opposed to what he directly says. It lets us sort of talk to him and know his intentions without other people catching on, which is really nice. Like right now, it chipped in and said that's what he feels about what he's doing. It also lets us sometimes like ask to each other in conversations with other people without other ass catching on. It's alright. All of these are pretty nice. Kinda. Inland Empire and I think it's Shivers. Yeah, Inland Empire in quite a lot is I think Nigel. It gives you weird hunches and shit. But all of these are sort of, they're double-edged asses. The better you are at something, the worse you become at other things, and the higher you are in these skills, sometimes it seems like conversation options disappear and are added depending on where you are in the skills. So sometimes we don't have complete control of our guy. He'll sort of react how we built him. Like for example, if you get too swole in these things, you'll feel the need to talk down and make fun of people who aren't as swole. Pain threshold as well will, if it's too low, you'll too easily be thrown off by pain, like we did in an uncomfortable chair. So we had problems doing all these other things because the chair that a man placed us in, so we'd be uncomfortable, was fucking with our rolls because it was uncomfortable. But if pain threshold is too high, you put punch into it. You apparently start becoming self-destructive, and your character tends to beeline towards the thing that will cause him the most pain and shit like that. All of these are like that. All of them are sort of assing around. That sort of stuff. Hand-eye coordination, for example, makes you really fast. Or is that reaction speed? I think it's reaction speed. Yeah, reaction speed makes you really, really fast. At high levels, reaction speed makes your twitch reflex freakishly good. However, when your body acts before your mind, innocent situations can turn bad fast. You're high-strung, overly alert. At low levels, though, you won't be one shooting first, which probably means you won't be shooting at all. Yeah, it's giving him a personality. There's a frequently asked questions that explains these somewhat. The way they said it was that they've looked at a bunch of detectives and shit from fiction, and they explain it that they're encouraging you to think of a detective from fiction and what kind of stats that ass would have, and then see if you'd be able to build that, man. Some of the examples they do are Columbo, Sherlock Holmes, who was the other ass? Fucking Judge Dredd was there as well. Asses like that. Like Columbo, for example, would have really low authority. So people would have, because people have trouble with him, what's it called? Actually believing he's a cop a lot of the time. But he would have very good suggestion. Because it's like Columbo would ass around and he would say things and he would annoy people until they started doubting themselves, if I remember correctly. And then they would fuck up usually. Whereas Sherlock would be big Wikiman, encyclopedia, but logic and shit. But the thing is, it's like visual calculus as well, which is sort of the thing that allows you to, what's it called? If you think of Batman's crime vision or whatever in the Arkham games, where he reconstructs the scene, where he sees all sorts of bullshit, in that kind of mode, that's what visual calculus allows you to do. And the times we've used it, it's been really cool. It's shown us a lot of extra shit around the thing. But what it also says, at high levels makes the world reveals its secret to you, but you may have done so, but you may be so absorbed by your mind diorama that you don't notice crooks steal your pants. At low levels, your mind eye will be an asshole. Fucking Batman. Your mind will be an asshole, yes. Yeah, so basically, a lot of these make you blind to other stuff. It makes it difficult for things like logic. If you're really good at that, which is basically the example with Sherlock Holmes, you'll logic the shit out of things, but you're also very, very easy to be given the runaround. If people flatter you intellectually, and it also hits you very, very hard when you get things wrong. Well, the way they say it, Kira, we are kind of mediocre in most things here. Like the way it rolls, the way it works is, I think there are some flat difficulties for stuff, where it just goes, this is the total of your skill. Is it higher than the difficulty or equal to? Okay, you pass. But there are also some things you need to roll, which is usually done with 2d6s. So it's like volition, for example. We put a point into that. So we look here, our volition is 4 total, because we put a point into it. This is our psyche stat. Our psyche stat gives us 3 points automatically in every stat that is affected by it. it also gives us these little hollow dots. These hollow dots allow us to put levels into them, so it's a plus, an additional plus when this is rolled. So our volition right now is right, so it's 2d6, that's a roll of 12, 2 to 12, somewhere in that range, plus 4. So that would be what, 6 to 52. We would roll within that range, so we can still ask it. But yeah, you can sort of be middle ground, but there's some stuff that is sort of off limits to you, and they said a lot about when they were explaining the skill system that while you can scum to get all the rolls, oftentimes failing will also open new paths for you. In the beginning, we were kind of a wet sack of shit with composure and volition, and I think authority is what was a suggestion, and men would just say things to us, and our dialogue options became weird because our guy was freaking out and being run around the ass because he was weak in those areas, so like couldn't defend himself verbally properly. What's I going to say? Come on, brain. Yeah, so like failing is also sometimes a solution. I'm thinking like an example that might or might not be in the game, like with empathy, or say volition or composure. If we have a mental breakdown in front of someone who's very empathetic, they might be more inclined to help us than if we just tank the emotion and don't let it show, for example. Like some people might like a sad sack. Other people might respond poorly to a sad sack, so like you look like a fucked puppy. But in our case right now, we started the game, we're an amnesiac right now. I think a lot of the stuff that about our dude, we don't know his name. I think sort of I think you can actually decide his name depending on which names you tend to gravitate towards when people call you things. I think right now we're sort of we sometimes get the option to introduce ourselves as Larry Dubois, which is a thing that a guy called us. That's not actually our name, but I think you can kind of choose. The game is very, very sort of. I mean, as far as I can see, all of these things are both good and bad in various situations so far. If the game's properly balanced, then all of them should be equally bad and equally good, depending on the situation. It also depends on what kind of ass you want to be. Like, if our volition was absolute garbage, it would... high volition makes you hyper sane. You're able to... When you're about to get funky, you keeps you normal. If you have a party pooper at low levels, however, you'll have little morale without it. You'll be profoundly unstable corp, falling apart at the seams, make irreversible. No, that's not the one. There's one of them that makes us very easily tempted to do things. Also sort of pushes us towards corruption and crap. But as far as I can tell, there's no good way of doing anything here. It's always sort of like it might be authority, I don't know. Now authority is the one that we fucked up a lot, where all the dudes started to laugh at us. Like when you suffer psychological breakdown after you yell at teenagers and they laugh at you. Electrochemistry is, yeah, that's our dude. High flyers, party enthusiast, cops who need lightning. Basically, it's our drug man. High levels of electrochemistry makes you a man of unrestrained pleasure. An unrepentant Lothario who leers at people with a bottle of speed and a plastic bendy straw in either hand. But with lower electrochemistry, you'll be too innocent to be effective. Without a working knowledge of drugs and sex, the city will be difficult to understand. Yeah, it is basically biological impulses and shit like that. What was the other one I was gonna yammer on about? But yeah, it's pretty good. There's a lot of ways to do things. And yeah, we started the game by being an amnesiac, and So right now I'm sort of with good cop, bad cop 11. I'm not sure what the fuck that means. Honor 0. Moralist, ultra-liberalist, communist I've apparently picked. Boring cop 1, sorry cop 5. Sort of stats, I'm not really sure how exactly this functionates. But yeah, so it sort of keeps track of what we do. And I've been trying to sort of redeem us for all the stupid shit he did. Like, he completely trashed his room. And a lot of people are very sort of wary of him because of crap he's done the day before. It's very, very Planescape Torment. Turned up with those aspects to 500 and done away with the RPG combat and other stuff that came with the Infinity Engine. We also have forts here, right? So depending on what we've asked around with, we have these forts. Right now we have 4 slots. I can unlock more of these with skill points. He smells and is a raging alcoholic. He was an raging alcoholic anyway. We haven't drunk or taken any drugs since, because I'm trying to sort of make him not a fiend. So, which is probably why we ended up at Sorry Cop, because I'm trying to redeem all the stupid shit he does. Yeah, volumetric shit compressor is the forts you get from various places where when you talk to people or shit like that, you get these forts that do things like White Morning, for example. It says a bunch of crap here. Temporary research bonus. So if we slot this, we will have -1 authority while we internalize the fort. Yeah, I'll have it in a second. We'll have -1 authority for the 5 hours while we think about this. Once we've gotten it, it'll give us something else and possibly still have the malice. We don't really know. The problem with these forts is that, first of all, you have to think about them. That's fine. Some of them actually give you bonuses while you are thinking about them. None of these do, but we had one that did. And then turn into something else once you internalize them. But once you've internalized them, they stick. So you have to actually spend a skill point to get rid of them. And I think some of these will actually affect how we behave as well. Like if we oh yes, there's a lot of shit you can do. Like you can continue being an unapologetic fiend, and that will kind of help you. Sorry, volumetric shit compressor is something we got when we talked to because there's a corpse. We're trying to solve a corpse a case called a hangman, which is what we think is a lynching. Anyway, there's a corpse hanging from a tree, and we went out to Google it. And then then we got sick, and we tried again and got sick again. There's a bunch of rolls in this. The thing actually keeps track of it here. Where is it? Yeah, so this thing shows all the rolls we've run into. The white ones, which is kind of stupid because this one I select is white. The white ones we can retry. Some rolls are red. You can do them once. If you fail, you've failed. Others of these we can go back and try again once we have increased some of the skill in that shit. But yeah, we failed and vomited a lot at a corpse. And Kim suggested we get our shit together. We really needed our shit together. So we got the fort volumetric shit compressor, which is something we needed to think about for a few hours to get our shit together. And now we have that fort that we've internalized, which means all endurance white checks unlocked. Because I think this is a tutorial one. This would happen automatically. And learning cap for endurance has gone up with 4. Which means that having this thing internalized... Yeah, it was like 30 minutes. I think it was a tutorial one. Just because I saw the high difficulty of not vomiting at the corpse and then did a bunch of other stuff almost immediately. Yeah, so normally our learning cap for stuff is equal to our stat, but because we have that thing, endurance has 1 higher. This would only really help us if we get this thing fucking up to 3 and then ass. What I'm wondering though is, we get that up to 4 and then remove the fort, will it still be 4? Yeah, luckily we did the stuff before the visual calculus on the crime scene before we threw up everywhere. But yeah, there's a lot of crap you can do if you're a fiend as well, like Inland Empire, for example, is hunches and gut feelings. That and shivers, for example. This thing just gives you a bunch of stuff. Inland Empire animates the inanimate. You'll have conversations with your clothing. Conversations may change the course of investigations if you're thrown in a loony bin first. If you're not thrown in a loony bin first. With low Inland Empire, however, you're void of imagination and character. And then how will you shape the cosmos? Same with shivers. Like, there's the supernatural shit. I think we could talk a door into opening, but a lot of these things only appear if you have high skills in it. And I think drug fiends and crap tend to gravitate more towards these things. And from what I can tell, at least, it seems to work. You can be some sort of Dirk Gently type asshole that walks around and is a complete fucking waste of shit, but somehow still succeeds because universe. So yeah, being a fiend is kind of like gas. Like the half-light as well is with high this, those who respect violence will not respect you if your half-light is low, for example. I also think because we have 3 in this, we're sort of bordering on physical instrument and endurance, and we had the option to make fun of Kim's glasses at one point. Luckily we also had other options, but I think if you're very high on this ass, it's very difficult for you to resist being a dick about things like this. Anyway, let me fuck this up again. Soul is a highlight of the day for me, he thinks. This little trick right here. Visual calculus. An aerostatic passes overhead. The whiskers of floodlight on the ground below. Kitsunuga's glasses light up as he's looking to the sky. 2 glowing circles. Why is that visual calculus? Finally, he pulls on the cigarette and says, "They really don't like us here." And the mouth on that kid Kuno, it's a different inland. In Jamrock and in GRIH. Yeah, Kuno is one of the things that annoy me because him and his lady friend had a bunch of censoring, which I think is really weird. It's not weird because... It's weird because other things aren't censored that would usually be in like rated fucking 18 or R or mature or whatever the fuck. But for some reason they decided to censor rape and faggot, those 2 words, which you can't write in the Twitch chats, by the way. You shouldn't try, it might auto-ban you. They decided to censor those. Not that I'm a big fan of those words, but it's just weird that you have all sorts of other stuff in the game, and those 2 particular ones are removed. It's like, I never like that when certain words are forbidden but others aren't, even in context. It's like it's like you give words power if you do that. It's like saying if you say it, it will strike down some poor homo somewhere. Kuno still says some fairly foul stuff, yeah. I just think it's weird that they censor one thing but not the other, and don't give us the option to turn the censoring off. It just sort of... it took me a long time to figure out that they were censored, because I'd seen so much swearing before. And then they started sort of being bleeped in their voice lines and in the text. So I thought there was some weird shit going on, if some Finnish crap or something, but it turns out they were just censored, and it was really confusing because the rest of it wasn't. So yeah, that's weird to me. It's like you have 3 words, all of them are swears, one of them you censor, And what's the statement with that? Like the other two are okay, but the other one is like fucking a magic word in Harry Potter, and if you say it, someone fucking dies somewhere. What? You should look up the name of Voldemort in different languages. I think he's called Romeo in DK. Anyway, why are they like this? It's our fault for leaving this place to the dogs, to the union, to the company, not daring come here more often. This place has fallen between the cracks, the jurisdiction of our 2 precincts, and Jamrock and the GRIH. He looks at the dark silhouette of the equestrian monument, horse monument, cutting into the night sky, and says, "We run the city. West of the river is our CM land. It's incredibly hard. Human beings are," he shakes his head, "but we are in control, and it's worth it. The organization works, our system works. If they didn't, the city would disintegrate. I hope our investigation will improve the situation here, at least do some good." "Me too," he says quietly, "but I wouldn't count on any drastic changes in our lifetime." Well, no. He's very tired, but the dark circles under his eyes make him look younger, not older. This will probably bin everything again, and I'd have to try all of it again. I think this one just fucking bins it, so I'm just gonna go thank you, and we're gonna have to miss out on that thing completely. This sads me a little bit. Thank you for this. Complete end of the thing. Debrief for Kim. Yeah, it's getting very cold now. Puts the stub of the cigarette out and looks to the door. Okay, I'm gonna do a proper save here. On ass. Right after here. Then I'm gonna load the quick save. And I'm gonna try and spam my way through and see if the 2 thing is still binned. One more try, otherwise we're just going with tanking, not having that
Just
thing.
a moment. You had some questions earlier, I believe. And besides, we should discuss our progress on the investigation. Let's go out to the balcony.
Oh shit, I'm over 2 hours as well. I need to cut the stream up for YouTube censorship as well. I'm just gonna do this first.
Where
Blah,
shall
blah,
we begin? We should talk about the investigation, first and foremost. But I also remember you wanting to discuss the RCM?
Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Continue. Yeah, it just fucks up every time. Does it complete the quest? No, it fucks up the end of day debrief with Kim. What happens if I talk to him again? Ah shit, sorry. Yeah, I think it just fucks it up and soft locks us because the thing is still active. What happens if I try to go in here again then?
Just a moment. You had some questions earlier, I believe. And besides, we should discuss our progress on the investigation. Let's go out to the balcony.
I'm just gonna test if it works the second time. Loading seems to have killed itself.
Where shall we begin? We should talk about the investigation, first and foremost. But I also remember you wanting to
Zooms in. I haven't gone control yet. No? Okay, yeah, it's just fucked. Okay, I'm gonna load that. Then I'm gonna quickly restart the stream. It's probably gonna take a minute though, since I need to write that bug report before I forget. So, quick BRB. Come on, don't make this awkward. There we go. Okay, BRB.